Good day to you, everybody. It's Jonathan. Something slightly different. I'm in a former sand and chalk quarry. I think it was mainly for the chalk, but on top there is some sand. The working is probably Victorian, and it's a lot of fox activity, and there's been decades and decades of soil thrown out of the dens, and it is treacherous. It is slippy and slidey. Water on twigs does not help, but I thought we'll go back to something that I was very interested in my youth. I was well into geology, and this is a very small outcrop. It's interesting, so I thought I'd give it a look and show everyone. It's actually behind me. What we have here is the Thanet formation, the Thanet sand, which is Palaeocene, and is about, well, it's younger than 65 million years old. You can't really see it here, but there is actually, well, there's a slight green hint to the sand. And this hole here is entirely created by the activity of foxes. I'll show you all the scratching marks. Look, everywhere you look, the foxes have been scratching to a certain level. Scratches everywhere. And you can see the orange patches. That's the prevalence of iron in the sand. Interesting junction here where it's slightly lighter underneath, and then a band of iron, tiny one, and then it's slightly more yellow, and it actually goes all the way along. So this is the Thanet sand. More scratch marks, and this is all completely fox activity. And basically there's a run here, and they come along here, and then they make their way up there. See if we can move in that direction. I need to hold on to something. Put my foot down here, I think. Odd thing is, there's actually 3 roots here, and they've been cut by man. Is that hatchet marks? And there's actually woodworm in there. Holes from woodworm. But it looks like maybe even a billhook. I'm not sure. How old is that? Could even be a old billhook marks. I doubt it, but. And this is slightly further on. Again, more scratch marks everywhere you look. The foxes have been busy. And above there it's quite orange. Right, we'll make our way across. Hopefully I won't slip to my doom. Yeah. Right. My legs are right apart now. So the fox run goes along this shelf basically. Look at that, everywhere you look, scratch marks. And this is where it gets slightly more interesting. Better put my foot here. I'm doing this all one hand, holding the bloody camera area. If I can put my foot there. Something else that I can show you as well while I'm here. Turn round. This is very impressive. This is Clematis. I can't even get my hand around it. It's Wild Clematis. You can see it's starting off at ground level. Look at the thickness of that. And it makes its way up into the trees. In fact, it's everywhere. We'll turn round now. Put left foot over there. Yeah. See how much lighter it is down below, and then it passes into slightly more orangey brown material. More scratch marks. And this here, look at that, great big hole, entirely created again by the foxes. And they've literally dug their own cave out. Right, let's see if we can find the chalk, because the chalk is underneath it. Don't know if I want to hold on to that. Where is the chalk? I can't see. Ah, there was a bit of wall. There's actually some, maybe a garden wall here. Would you believe it? And some concrete underneath it. Anyway, I think what we'll do, we'll follow the run out and we'll go find some rocks. Actually, I've already done it because the first video was a complete disaster. So we've got a hole here created by the foxes, and they run all across. Here we go. Try not to kill myself. Put your left foot here, your right foot there. In, out. Shake it all about. At least this is stable. Scratch marks everywhere. Foot there. I might be able to get down here actually. So this is the Thanet sand. Need to get my foot over there. Yeah. If I can get around this ivy. Yep. I may have no choice but to slide down here, to be honest. I'll get my arse filthy. And we're down. Lovely. Turn round. Here we go. We're underneath now. And here's the chalk. This is the chalk. My guess is, with all that, if I can point it out, there's some grey markings there on that piece. That's manganese, and that probably means that it's not Micrastical anguinum zone. It's probably Campanian chalk. So Campanian, which may be Gneiatophis quadrata zone, which is a blelemite zone fossil. So that's the chalk, and the Thanet sand is above it. Now all this material that's slumped over it over the hundreds of years, well 100 years at least. Put my hand on here, make me way down where I've got a few rocks. Sediment civilization has even infected this quarry. It's just the way it is. Make our way over here and we'll go through it. There we go. Now what we have here is, again, this is the upper chalk. Will it focus? Probably not. Again, I've got to turn this off, autofocus. That's better. Manganese. That is the upper chalk, probably Campanian. Creepy skull. One of the former residents of the area, fox skull. And then above the chalk we have what we call the bullhead bed. Now the bullhead bed is on the junction of the Upper Cretaceous and the Palaeocene. And these bullhead bed flints, there it goes, are normally tabular in shape, all rounded, and they're stained with the mineral glauconite. And then above that, I know it didn't show it up there, it does have a slight green look to it, but it can be much more glauconitic than that. This is the Thanet sand. It doesn't really look green in the video, tiny little flecks of orange. This is interesting, it's quite hard. There's a lot of iron content in here. I don't know if it's actually a nodule, it's just slightly heavier because of the iron. And on the right here, almost like carstone, there's a lot of iron in there and it's much harder. Look at this here, the colour of it, and that brown is almost like carstone, and they use carstone for buildings sometimes, so this is very orange, and you'll get sections of this in the Thanet sand. It looks very yellow, but it's actually more of a rusty brown colour. That's quite hard as well. So it goes from the upper chalk to the bullhead bed, which is a junction between the Cretaceous and the Palaeocene, and then you've got the Thanet sand, and then it should, in theory, the Thanet sand get even darker green than this, proper green. And I remember when I went to Chislehurst Caves, the main entrance is just basically a dome of the upper chalk with massive flints. You get a lot of massive flints in it, and then the dome was literally running through the bullhead bed into the Thanet sand, and it was a perfect junction. You could see everything. Look at this here, massive lump of it. Sometimes in the Thanet sand, just above the bullhead bed, you can get fossils in it that are derived from the upper chalk. Now I remember I went to Nescott College at Epsom, and we were digging a pond out, and they'd found them all over the site, and they actually dug up an irregular sea urchin called Echinocoris scutata, and they had found a lot of them on the site. So in the Yule, East and Epsom area, in the Thanet sand, you may find fossils derived from the upper chalk, which is quite interesting. Anyway, this was a bit of a geological relapse. You can see the upper chalk, the Thanet sand. I know the bullhead is here somewhere, but it's probably under all this material, the bullhead. And lots of fox activity. Well, hope you enjoyed the video, my ranting about my former geological interest. It's only small exposure, but I think I know quite a bit about it. Anyway, we're going to knock this on the head. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a like if you do, and hopefully we'll catch you on another video soon. With any luck, I'll be bottle hunting. So I'll see you later. Bye for now.